Hope you are all doing great and hope you're all having a lovely day. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kwame. I'm a professional world champion bodybuilder. And today I am bringing to you a live video. So a few days ago I did a Q&A on my Instagram at Kwame Duah, and basically a few questions were asked. There were quite a lot of questions asked, but I'm going to what I've done today is I've screenshot a few that I liked and I've put out my laptop, so I'm going to be reading off my laptop and answering these questions. So the first question, just to go straight into it, the first question that was asked was how often do you do legs and what's your three favorite exercises for legs? Guys that are in this video, make sure you hit that like button, comment and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask as well. So how often do I do legs and what's your third favorite leg exercise? So right now I'm on my Power Mass program, so I do actually end up hitting legs a little bit more often than usual. But generally, when I'm training, I usually hit legs once a week. And this might actually upset most of you, or this might be different to the way most of you train because you might end up splitting quads and hamstrings. However, I usually hit quads and hamstrings on the same day and glutes and calves on the same day. Calves I can split it up a little bit and hit it with shoulders or anything else. So you hit legs twice a week. Awesome. Like, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. Now there's different reasons why I'll hit legs more than once a week or even have it once. So for me, first of all, legs are my strongest muscle group. So I do end up hitting legs just once a week. But right now with my Power Mass program and I'm on, I end up having my leg day. Eventually, I'm going to change my deadlift day to a leg day. So I'm going to be doing sumo deadlifts as opposed to conventional deadlifts, which is going to be more targeted towards my glutes and hamstrings, which is part of my legs. And then I have another day which I use for stability. I do some front squats on my shoulder day too. So this can vary. This can vary with different training programs. Guys, if your goal is to build bigger legs, then you can train legs more than once a week. But however, you got to make sure you train the legs hard enough. So if you train legs hard enough and you're recovering, then you can train legs more than once a week. You can also train split up with quads and hamstrings as well. That's another way, and you can actually use that to increase the frequency of your training. And yeah, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to put in the comments below, and I'll be answering your questions for you today as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Please hit that thumbs up button as well. I really appreciate your time as well. It's actually 3:44 a.m. right now in Australia, so I don't know what I'm doing up. I'm going to be up in a few hours, and I'm going to be filming with the crew. And he also said, "What's your three favorite exercises?" And this was from Pontus Lovegrain. My three favorite leg exercises. If I was to pick three exercises for legs, guys, my favorite three. My first one will be lunges, heavy dumbbell walking lunges, not just normal lunges, heavy dumbbell walking lunges. The reason for heavy dumbbell walking lunges is because it's actually such a great movement that's also quite functional, but it's not too functional for me to go too heavy on this. So with lunges, I can hit a great bigger part of the leg without having to. Sorry, it's going a bit dim. I can hit most of my legs while moving around as well, but it's not a crazy complicated movement, so I can actually still add lots of weights on there. So with dumbbell walking lunges, I've got up to 80 kilos per hand as well. I did that when I was 20 in Gold's Gym, Venice Beach. So yeah, you can go quite heavy on them. My second exercise, my second preferred exercise would be squats. Now, the thing I like about squats is the way you do your squats, your forming technique impacts on where the muscle, or what muscle groups are going to be targeted. So you can actually target your glutes, hamstrings. Sorry, I just go look at this question. Which is better, front squat or back squat? And this is from. Sorry, I just gotta bring this up. I don't know why it's playing. So what's better, a front squat or back squat? They both play different roles. I personally love front squats. I personally love front squats for stability, but you can also use it for other things as well. It's also great for your quads as well. But again, it all depends on how you do the exercise. And if you some people don't have the mobility to work on their front squat straight away, so back squat might be more efficient for them. Again, it all depends on your the exercise, like sorry, your mobility. It depends where you're at as well with your training. So a front squat or a back squat, I personally think they're both beneficial because you have the weight displacement on your posterior chain or the front of you with different with exercises. So you're using different muscle groups to stabilize your body while you're doing this movement. So they're both important for you. In my program, I do both of them, but I do them on different days instead. I use my front squats for stability to keep my core nice and tight while I do my squats, and my back squats just overall strength. And I also try to push through my heels, keep the focus you know, on my glutes and hamstrings when I'm doing squats some days, and some days I actually keep a little bit more focus on my quads. So again, it depends on your form and technique with squats. Guys, squats are a great exercise, but when your form and technique isn't very good with squats, there's no point of doing them. You're better off using a hack squat instead or something less. Celine, how are you? Hope you're doing really, really well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining in. And my third exercise would be the leg press. And I'll say something about the leg press as well. The leg press is such a great movement. Guys, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I love the leg press mainly because you can actually target entirely your legs on there. You can isolate so many parts of your legs. So you can isolate the inner part, the outer part of your quads, and you can still be pushing a decent amount of weights on there. So you basically can isolate those muscle groups but still push a great amount of weight on there. But again, with the leg press, I love to do a lot of volume with the leg press. So I love to always make sure there's always some sort of volume with the leg press. And per good stuff, my G, do you do presses on the Smith machine, laying on the floor, pushing the bar vertically with your legs? Is that a decent exercise? I have done that before. I personally don't find that works as efficient for me. I would personally, if I had a vertical leg press, I would rather prefer that. But if you don't and you want to do that exercise, that is a great substitute and also another great exercise for you to target your hamstrings. Sorry guys, I'm just finding it a bit hard to read some of the comments. So I'm just hoping that all just pops back up. All right, it's back again. Hello, greetings from Belgium. Hello, greetings from Belgium. And brother, what supplements or anything you take for joint health? Um, when it comes to joint health, for me personally, I just rely on fish oil because I don't rely on any other supplements for joint health apart from just having my omegas because I personally believe in a lot of like healing through food as well. So yeah, guys, me personally, again, this is from a personal point of view, guys. I find if I'm lifting as often, I need my joint lubrication and I need a higher concentration of fish oil. So what I personally will look for is a liquid kind of fish oil because they're usually the ones that can come in higher concentrations rather than capsules. So you end up just sitting there taking so many capsules, and it's not. I personally don't find it really comfortable. Guys, please make sure you hit that like button. Sup, bro? How are you? Okay, so my third exercise, leg press, guys. But yeah, again, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask because I'm here for you guys. My pleasure. The pleasure is mine. It's actually 3:49 a.m. over here in Australia, and I gotta wake up in a few hours and film. And just on the topic of filming, what I'm doing a lot of skits, some comedy skits. So I'm gonna be posting them on here as well. There's a lot to come. We've been filming a lot in the back. I haven't posted much on here yet, but I can't wait to release all the content for you guys. So thank you guys so much for staying with me. I really, really appreciate it. And guys, if you guys want to try my Power Mass program, head to my website. The link is in my bio on my Instagram at Kwame Duah. What? Okay, so the next question is suggest me protein shakes. One of my favorite, and I'm also a BSN sponsored athlete, is Synthesix. Not only because it's such a good protein, but also I love the taste as well. So it's such a good protein on its own, but I love the taste. And it's my personal favorite. And guys, I'm not gonna shove anything down your throat, but I advise, like I'll personally say, try it out for yourself and see if you do love it, use it. I don't know, like I personally haven't had any flavor of Synthesis from BSN supplements or Synthesis 8 from BSN supplements that doesn't taste good. Even the vanilla protein tastes good. So you gotta try it. You gotta try it and give your personal opinion. Thank you so much. Because I find sometimes people buy all these supplements or proteins and they don't end up using it because they don't even like the taste of what they're having, you know. I believe you're gonna enjoy what you're taking as well, especially like something like protein where you drink and you're sipping on it. It's not like other supplements sometimes where you just having a little bit and that's it. But I feel like protein, you usually like savor the taste, you enjoy it, and you feel that reward after a great session. You want to like really really enjoy your protein. So I mean, I urge you guys to try Synthesis. You guys, I personally think you like it, but you gotta try it for yourself. That's the best way to figure out if you do like it or not. And I've loved it like ever since. And I personally can't say there's any like better taste in protein, but that's my personal opinion again. So try it for yourself and see. Um, okay, did you? Okay, let's see. So how long have I been training for? I've been training for over 8 years. I used to train before that, but I didn't. I wasn't very serious with my training, so I was on and off with training. So I don't consider that really like as training as some people might. Um, I like this one. How did you meet the Raka squad? I like this because it's not too related to fitness. Um, so the Raka Raka has been a really, really good team to be part of, and I'm always glad to be part of the. And it's a big pleasure. It always has been a big pleasure to be part of the Raka squad. For those of you that don't know the Raka squad, check it out on YouTube. It's Raka Raka, good mates of mine. They have over 5 million subscribers on YouTube, so they're pretty big, and they're moving to LA, which is pretty exciting. So I'll be seeing them when I go to LA and hopefully film some stuff for them as well. They're a really, really great bunch of people, good humor. How did I meet them? Through Instagram and influence, and then I filmed with them one time, and like not just on film set, they were just amazing as well in people, and just so easy to hang with and get along with, and had such great personality, and I learned a lot from them. So it's a pleasure. I'm always thankful for the people in my life and everyone that comes into my life, including you guys as well. So I really appreciate all of you guys as well. Let's see what questions we have. Okay. So, do you think it's better to do cardio before a workout? Okay, there's actually one of the big questions that's asked. Should I do my cardio before a workout or after? Okay, cardio for warm up. Let's say a 5-10 minutes cardio for warm up. Especially when it's cold. Again, my personal opinion. Yes, about 10 minutes. That's fine. But your full cardio session. Let's say you're supposed to do like a 40-minute session. I personally wouldn't advise that. I'd rather prefer to do the cardio after the workout. Okay, you don't want to deplete all your stores as well and all your energy stores. You want to be able to lift as heavy as possible or even progressively load. Don't want to tire your muscles or anything, especially before your resistance training where you usually work in an anaerobic phase and you need all the energy that you can get. So basically what I would say to I personally would say is, if you have cardio and resistance training, you can split them up into 2 blocks and train. Do your cardio in the morning. If you wanted to do your cardio first, like you wanted to do fasted cardio, do it in the morning and then train at night instead. Try and split it up a little bit if you can, please, because that will help you. Someone said, "Can I lift with you?" Of course, anyone is more than welcome to lift with me. It's just the timing and organization. But what I'm trying to actually do, and I'm hoping this will work, is because I travel quite a lot, is when I actually come down to a city or a new town or something, I'm actually gonna try and run little competitions where I get the opportunity to train with one of you guys. So that would actually make my day because it gives me a chance to get to know you guys on a more personable level, and it'll be awesome. I think it'll be fun. It's something different I've never done before, and it's always nice to meet new people at the same time. Are you planning on going to the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio? Um, there's a 90% chance I'm going to be at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. So hopefully I will see you guys there as well. And like I said, it's always so much fun to meet people and have a chat to people. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, please, so I can make more. I've got Next video that I'm editing actually at the moment is a back video, so that's gonna be an awesome one as well. So I can't wait to you guys see it. I can't wait. I've got so much for you guys. I like this question actually by Gabriel Basic. Have you ever felt ashamed of your body? If so, how did you overcome it? Okay, so this is actually a big topic to touch on because a lot of people actually get into training because they don't like how they look. Okay, now regardless of what food you eat, regardless of how much you train, it's all going to come down to your hard work and consistency. Okay, and mental strength has to be as strong as your physical strength too, because a lot of people rely on your physical strength, but it's your mental strength that gets you out of bed in the morning to go train. It's your mental strength that says, hey, I'm going to have a protein shake because, it's after my training and I'm hitting my anabolic window. It's your mental strength that, like, gets you to do things. So I know everyone is like, have you ever felt ashamed of your body? That's really hidden a mental part of your body. So that's where you get to start to focus and think. Like when I really think about these questions, I have had times where I have not been very happy with my body, and I think one of the things in bodybuilding is once you start being a bodybuilder, you want either never be big enough or you always have goals. It's not in a negative way, but it's more you have goals that you want to reach and you want to be better than yesterday, and there's nothing wrong with that. I personally like having goals because I think having goals makes it funner and it gives me something to work towards. I feel like if don't have any goals, it kind of makes me more complacent, and I mean that's not how you stay in the game for long, and that's not how you do something you enjoy. So first of all, if you've ever felt ashamed of your body, guys, yes, you can change it. I mean, like you can always work towards it. I know some people might have other issues and stuff like that. That's a whole different story. And but even so, there's still always a way that you can work with it. Now, exercise is euphoric, so it's not just the weight loss aspect that you get out of exercise. You can also get quite a lot of things. You can also get the feel of being happy, and it can also stimulate your mental strength. It can also make you feel satisfied. It can make you start feeling good about yourself again. It can make you feel confident. So this question I like mainly because it's not just talking about physical strength, but it's also talking about your mental strength. Okay, so let's work with this. Have I ever felt ashamed of my body? Believe it or not, yes, I have. But not necessarily ashamed. It's more unhappy with where I was, and not mainly because I was like crazy out of shape or anything like that. It's more the fact that I wasn't happy where I was, and I know I'd been better before. So whenever I feel like I'm going backwards. That's when it starts to hit me, and I'm like, maybe there's something I can do. Maybe I need to pick up my game with my train. Maybe I need to pick up my game with my cardio, and try and lean up and get in better shape, because that's, for me, I want to be in good shape all year round. I mean, I don't have to be like 2 or 3% shredded, but I just want to be in good shape all year round. And mentally, it actually plays a big role on us when we're not where we want to be. And it doesn't have to just be bodybuilding. It can be anything else. It can be, let's say, acting. Let's say your business. If you're not where you want to be, like alone, that alone can throw you off. But with that being said, I have been in that position, and how I've combat that is, again, looked at all the things I've done like in the past that have been positive and that have helped me. And sometimes I don't have to even relate it to my bodybuilding. I'm like, I could make it about my business or something like that. And I can look at them like, wow, I did this in a month's worth of time, and I was able to get all of this done. So why can't I change my body? Why can't I start to eat well? And why can't I train better? So you're always going to start to look at these things in these positive aspects in life, because I believe in yin and yang, which is like, even just the good and the bad in general, because I feel like there's good for a reason, there's bad for a reason, and I feel like, the bad actually make you appreciate the good. So you gotta look at the positives. So in your bad times, you look at the positives, you look at the good things, okay? And when you start to appreciate those, that is actually gonna help with your mental strength, okay? So mental strength is such a big thing. And like, how have you ever felt ashamed of your body? Yes, I have. But how did I combat it, and how did I get where I am? It wasn't easy, but I had to think about, some of the positive things in my life, some of the things I've achieved, and that helped me get back into shape, and that helped me say, hey, maybe after 2 to 3 years off of competing, maybe I should jump back on stage again, and it helped me set new goals. So guys, what I want to say is, regardless of where you are, there's always a way to better yourself, and it might not happen over one day, but it will happen over time. So your first step you gotta take is taking like that positive stance, taking all the positive energy from elsewhere and utilizing that into something that you want to fuel into, and then that could be something that's negative and turn that into a positive. Okay, so mental strength is such a big thing. Sorry, I talk a lot. um, let's see. Next set of questions. So what I've done is I've screenshotted quite a few set of questions, and I'm just picking a few questions from a set of questions because there's so many questions. Are you stronger than the Raka twins? Nah, I think they've got me. What is next? Let's see. Okay, Crystal Royce. Hi Kwame, can you explain to me how to get a six pack? How to get six pack abs, please? Thank you. Okay, this is a question that's asked quite a lot as well, and I get this a lot in my DM. So, how to get a six pack, guys? The first thing you're always gonna look at is diet, and I'm sure most of you already know that. The second thing you need to look at, and people don't usually look at, is, are you actually activating your core during your compound movements? Are you activating your core during the squat? Are you activating your core during the bench press? Are you activating your core, doing like a deadlift? Because every single exercise that you do in the gym for you to lean up, you need to be eating in a caloric deficit. So that's a big thing as well. So if you start to feel like, oh, maybe you're putting on weight, then you might have to decrease the amount of energy that's coming in. That's going into your body. Or you can do this by also increasing the amount of energy that's coming out of your body. So, and that's the simplest way to put it. I mean, there's more to it. You can start to incorporate foods that help with fat burning, or that have fat burning capabilities and help, lose weight. So there's so many different ways, but remember, the first one is your diet. The second one is your activation of your abs during big compound movements or other exercises. Now your third one's, are you actually training abs? Okay, because I know, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't train abs, but they can have abs. Yes, they could be activating the abs, but how you train abs? I personally find these are the benefits of training abs. As much as I hate training abs, these are some of the benefits of training abs. One, activation. So you train abs like doing other ab exercises, even bodyweight exercises, that helps you activate, okay, your abs. So when you're doing the bigger compound movements, you can utilize them a bit more. So also promoting blood flow as well. So guys, it is worth it training abs. I mean, you don't have to do it every day, but you can still benefit from training abs at the same time. So I hope I answered your question there. Again, diet, activation is also a big thing, and also just training your abs as well, isolating them as well. You come to FIBO Cologne. I hope to come to FIBO Cologne. That would be amazing. How often do you train arms? I love this one. All right. How often do I train arms? And most people would, think I train arms every day because of my arms day every day. So I got to a point where I was actually training arms literally every day. But with that being said, I train arms once my arms recover because I want it to be a priority. So I want my arms to be bigger. So once they recover, I hit them again. Arms day every day works when I've been training arms consistently for a longer period of time and my body's starting to get used to my exercises. And I need to change it up a bit. And then I'm like, increase my workload because my arms are getting used to the movement, so they're recovering really, really quickly. So, arms day every day is just a joke, guys. But with that being said, what I'm trying to tell you guys is, I personally would increase the frequency in training them. So once your arms recover, hit them again. Once your arms recover, hit them again. In that way, you're only just gonna benefit from them because When they recover, you continuously tearing the muscle and recovering and building muscle bulk. Okay. What gave you motivation to become a bodybuilder? Okay, I like this one. Okay, so I haven't really said much about my story even on YouTube, and I'm going to do it. I want to do a motivational video and tell you why I started and like why I actually got into the sport and how I started, because it might be good for like people that are getting into the sport and to see like from a different perspective, or to see it from my perspective and see you know, if it's somewhere they want to go at the industry they want to get into. So what gave you motivation to become a bodybuilder? I played a lot of sports growing up. um, Bodybuilding was the last thing I ever thought of doing. um, and I actually, like, I was just doing my personal trainers course one day, and there's a guy in there who was a natural bodybuilder, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you do really, really good in the competition." So my whole background was literally sport. Like, you know, I go to the gym every now and then, but I was not serious about training. I went. I'll be real. When I went to the gym, it was all to try and get bigger, to look good in a singlet or something like that. Nothing to do with the sport and the passion that I found for it right now. And you know, I was young. I was a teenager, so I wouldn't really expect more. But yeah, what got me into actual bodybuilding? It was, you know, honestly, people, um, the drive, the morals, um, everything positive about this sport. It just is such a beautiful sport, and if people don't appreciate it, people that are in it don't appreciate it, then I mean, then you don't have to do it, because it's a beautiful sport. There's so many beautiful people. There's so much, so many beautiful things that you can pick out of the sport as well. And um, personally, I believe, like, you know, in every sport there's positives and negatives. But again, in life we gotta try and use our positives when we can to battle out the negatives. So you gotta try and stay positive as much as possible. And you know, again, the reason I got into the sport was because of the people. um you know, some days I wake up and, like, I wake up with messages and people are like, "Oh my god, you motivated me to like get out of the couch and go train. Like the workouts you put out there helped me like so much." Like, yeah, like all of these like make me feel happy. So let me put it this way, like, yes, I might be helping other people by putting out workouts, but in other sense, I get some satisfaction out of seeing people succeed and seeing people actually, you know, getting some sort of satisfaction out of that. So yes, I might be motivating them, but they're also motivating me to feel more, because I see, like, I see that my what I'm doing is actually making an impact. And for me, that's everything, because regardless of who you are, there is some sort of satisfaction. Even if you're a really bad person, there's some sort of satisfaction where you know that you can help people. You know you can share your knowledge and help people. And if you believe in karma, you know the good's gonna come back to you one day. So you know, you just keep doing it, enjoy, and at the end of the day, we're both winning here, because yeah, maybe I might be helping you with something, but at the end of the day, you also be helping me feel good, because I feel good that I'm being able to help someone. Okay, and you know, again, we're both giving them, we're both taking. You know, so it's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. All right, I'm gonna answer one more question, guys. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments now so I can answer them, or just drop them in the comments, and I'll be in touch with every single person. I will make sure I answer all my YouTube comments. I try my best even on Instagram as well, because I know a lot of people usually have questions, and if I was in that situation, I would want my question answered. So let's see what is next. That's one of the things I love about live is, you know, there's no edits in the video. So it's weird because I'm just sitting here in front of a camera and I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes too. But it's fun. I don't have to edit anything out of the video. You guys can see how it is. You know, I don't have to. It's just nice and you know, real. You know. You're my idol. I can't express it enough. Sorry, 16. How do you get a big body and big physique as well? Okay, so the last question I'm gonna ask that's been asked is basically, how do you get big? Guys, if you're coming in, please make sure you hit that like button. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are champions. Um, Okay, so how do we get big? Oh, I gotta actually adjust for this one. Oh, stretch a little bit. Sorry, guys. I've just been going for 30 minutes. My God. All right, so how do we get big? Okay, let's start with training. Progressive loading. There's different ways of getting bigger. Okay, so we're gonna start with a progressive overload. Okay, gonna try and break it down as simple as possible. So we slowly increasing the weight, slowly increasing the volume. Volume can be the amount of sets that we're doing. It can be the amount of reps that we're doing as well. We're trying to challenge our muscle to something that's it's never faced before. So, for instance, I could pick up this pillow, okay, and I could bicep curl this pillow, okay. So here's my bicep curl. Next week, I can add a little bit of weight on there, go a little bit heavier with the pillow. Now, if I keep bicep curl on this pillow, my body is gonna build muscle, but just enough to support this pillow, okay. But after a while, I'm not gonna move forward from there. So when I add a bit of load there, now my body has to build a bit of muscle to be able to, or a bit of strength to be able to basically support me pushing on this pillow and this extra bit of weight. So that's just my simplest way of explaining shocking the muscle with a progressive overload. There's so many different ways to training. I'm just gonna try and keep it as simple as possible. Also, strength training. I know a lot of you don't focus too much on strength training, but that can also help quite a lot. The reason why I actually recommend strength training is because when you lift nice and heavy, you can also, after like doing a strength training program, for instance, like my Power Mass program, you can go into a full hypertrophy program and you can control those heavy weights, okay? And that is all gonna put so much tension on the muscle and can help stimulate growth, okay? One last thing as well is sarcoplasmic stimulation training. So sarcoplasmic stimulation training, this is just gonna involve filling the blood, the muscles with so much blood and also muscle glycogen, basically getting a crazy ass pump, and pushing as much blood into the muscles, making them swell up so they can uptake more glycogen. The downsides of this is you you can feel smaller quicker when you train like that. But my personal approach and my favorite, in all honesty, is training with heavier weights and a progressive overload. And progressive overload does not necessarily mean that you go in there hitting 1 rep max all the time. You can still hit heavier weights and try and still slowly increase the weight and aim for personal best. If you're starting out, record your weight because that's gonna help you. Okay. Now we've got the training aspect out of the way. Let's talk about nutrition. Okay. Now, if we're gonna build muscle, we need to be in some sort of surplus. Doesn't have to be a crazy big surplus. It can be a tiny bit of surplus. We need to fuel the muscles for whatever they need to be able to grow. Okay. Now, our nutrition is such a big part of it. Everyone knows protein is a building block for muscle, but your body doesn't just need protein. You know your vitamins, your minerals. You need a healthy, nice, balanced diet as well. So it doesn't just come down to I'm gonna just eat my protein, but you also need your body might need carbs. Your body might be there's so much. So after training, your insulin levels are lower, and then eating like some simpler carbs can help with the spike of insulin, and that's gonna help. Insulin's an anabolic hormone, and that can actually help with growth at the same time and recovery. So there's so much with your nutrition that can help quite a lot with growth. So nutrition is super super important as well when it comes to getting big, because that's one of the questions I was asked. Consistency is number one. I don't know why I put it as number three, but it should be number one. The more consistent you are in anything, the more you're gonna go further. So if you start and do it for like 2-3 months and then stop for 2-3 months, you might find you might end up going backwards, and when you start again, you're basically not moving forward. If you start somewhere and stop here, and you go backwards, you're only going to be starting here again. You're not going to be starting here, so you ain't going to be moving forward. So again, consistency is really really important. And the good thing about being consistent is you can look back in a year and be like, wow, this is what I've achieved in a year. and it's crazy. It's always gonna surprise you what you've been able to do when you've been consistent. So you look over the 4 years or 10 years or however long you've been training, and you should be impressed with that. Also, track what you do if you just started. Make sure there's some sort of improvements after a few months, and if there's not, change your plan. Have a structure, have a plan. It's always the best. If not, hire a coach, okay? Because they'll look after you and they would tell you. And sorry, you can entrust yourself into them. And so hire someone you trust and someone that you know will help you to get to your goals. Guys, thank you so much. I'm literally like falling asleep now. It's 4:16 a.m. here. I have to be up in about 3 hours. Um, Rest is important. So guys, I need my rest. I don't even know why I'm gonna be doing this. So I'm gonna be up and I'm gonna try and get some sleep earlier tomorrow because I need to catch up on my sleep cycle. It's really really bad. My sleep cycle has actually been really bad um, in the last few days, and it's good because I've been like keeping it productive even when I'm not working. Like sorry, if I'm not sleeping, like if I can't sleep, instead of like just laying in bed like with my eyes open, I just actually start doing something like editing a video for you guys or jumping on here. So I just try and keep my life productive because in 2019 my goals are to keep grinding non-stop, and if I have any extra time, what do? I grind. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. If you guys are looking for training programs, visit my site. It's my name, www.kwame.com.au. And you can check out my programs. You can come under my guidance for coaching. And I've got some programs out there for you guys. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night.